Hello, and the best of the morning to you here at the top of the week. I am Michael Friday, and this is Monday with Friday, a weekly 5-minute opportunity to pause to think about life so you might live this week ahead more purposefully. Last week in America, Joe Biden announced Kamala Harris as his vice presidential running mate. Immediately, some persons began to utter racist tropes, calling Harris, among other things, an angry black woman. A man occupying a most prominent office joined the spurious, ridiculous, and totally mendacious assertion that Harris is not American and therefore ineligible for the office should Biden and she win. Another white male office holder declared that Biden chose Aunt Jemima. Even some black people are suggesting that Harris isn't black enough. Also last week in Trinidad and Tobago, in the aftermath of general elections disturbingly divided along racial lines, citizens there witnessed some of the ugliest racial invectives some say they have ever heard coming from a losing side. Some weeks ago, in a social media discussion about race with a group of Guyanese, in which I was invited to participate as a guest, I myself suffered a shocking, unprovoked onslaught of racist assaults from persons who simply saw my name and decided that I and my entire race were all worthless. True story. A very poor woman came to a certain powerful man seeking help for her very sick daughter. She and he were of differing races and different nationalities. She had managed to cut past his several bodyguards after they had repeatedly intercepted her in her previous attempts to reach the man. As she begged him for help, the man said to her, "I can't take the children's bread and toss it to their dogs." It's like the man was saying, "Woman, our healthcare system here is not for dogs, female dogs, if you please, just like you. It is only for citizens, not for aliens, just like you. Get lost." Amazingly, the woman doesn't take offense, and astoundingly, the man proceeds to help the woman, and quite generously. Folks who knew the man wondered why he would insult the woman like this, even though he knew he was going to help. Some thought he was intentionally offensive to test the woman. But others who know the man very well and have studied the event say this, that the man's intent wasn't to insult the woman, but it was to trouble the social, racial, and religious biases he knew were bubbling in all of his bodyguards, the entourage, and all the onlookers. He meant to teach them, even as they looked down on this woman as a dog, a female dog, that she in fact was not a dog, that she was not excluded from among the children of God or from the children's bread. The man knew how proud his own people were and how disdainful they were of other races. So he doesn't let race, culture, or class, or religion, or citizenship exclude this racial minority woman from what every child of his own race, every child of God, was eligible. There remain racial tensions the world over. They make refugees of folks from Africa to Asia. They annex people and make veritable squatters of them in their own homelands in the Middle East and in Europe. They make caged animals of refugees here in America. These tensions are totally unnecessary, unwholesome, and unhelpful for community and national development. From Myanmar in the east to America in the west, Europe in the north, Israel in the middle, and Brazil in the south, Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean, and Guyana on the mainland, we should all begin each day with these self-diagnostic questions. Who is welcome here? Who is my neighbor here? If you are religious, whom does God reject here or anywhere? Who deserves justice and who does not? Who deserves one level of justice and somebody else the other? Would justice become something different, perhaps even beautiful, if we remembered that all of us are relatives from the same human origin long before our various ancestors took off on their global travels? There are injustices of the past and some of the present that have created these tensions. Some of us are either descendants or enablers of the offenders, and our work requires repentance and perhaps reparations. Some of us are either descendants or currently now the victims, and our work requires pressing after justice with cooler heads and with anger tempered with respect and thoughtfulness. But whatever our role, whatever our position, let us press after reconciliation and reformation, and let us do a generous portion of that this week. I am Michael Friday. This has been Monday with Friday. I'll see you again next week. Happy Monday, all the way to Friday.